No!
You can actually see that it is what looks like an older woman.
I'll tell you what.
Dee is well acquainted with unsettling encounters. Her YouTube channel, Dee's Dark Adventures, is filled with solo hikes and deep woods explorations, often in places rumored to be haunted or prowled by cryptids. But during this particular expedition into the remote forests of Ohio, she may have faced her most harrowing experience yet. The adventure begins much like many of her other outings, deep into an unfamiliar trail, sweating, brushing off insects, and narrating her experience to the camera. She follows a path that seems too wide for wildlife, but shows no signs of regular maintenance. Something about it feels wrong, and that uneasy feeling soon becomes undeniable. As dusk settles, subtle signs of being watched emerge. Dee hears movement among the trees, not the quick, light rustling of small animals, but something heavier, slower. Strange chewing sounds follow, but they don't resemble an animal gnawing on wood. It's harsher, like grinding rocks.
I don't have my freaking spotlight. It was too much to carry. I already had my backpack and it was full. And I didn't want to carry anymore. These vines, great water source. Now, when you chop the end that's in your bottle, no water's gonna drip out till you cut the top. Scheiße. Get out of my way. Oh, help me up the hill. Shit, guys. I'm way. I'm in here deep. I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours from my truck.
Soon after, Dee spots a dark figure through her camera lens, although she can't see it with her own eyes. It stands motionless, observing her. From that moment, she's no longer alone. As she presses deeper into the forest, she comes across a massive rock formation surrounded by several trails converging toward it. The area feels unnervingly deliberate, as if used for a purpose she cannot understand. Suddenly, a log is hurled toward her.
There's all kinds of walk-in spots from in there to here. What is it? Ah! What did I just heard a rock get thrown. Hi. I don't have my spotlight. Hello. Hi. Okay. My name's Dee. Oh my Lord. That's crazy. I could lay on it and it would not. It would hold 3 of me. At least, side by side. On my back.
She shines her flashlight into the trees, calling out in an attempt to communicate, but receives no clear response. The noises continue, movement among the trees, distant screams, voices near the rock. Yet no one ever fully emerges. Dee tries to stay composed, joking nervously to the camera, but her voice betrays growing fear. She feels herself being watched, and not by one entity, but several, flanking and circling her as she moves. Each step away from the road pulls her deeper into isolation. Eventually, she hits a breaking point. Trying to find a trail she marked earlier, she announces her intent to leave and begins retracing her path. But just as she feels she's gaining distance, she spots something along the field's edge, a humanoid figure behaving unnaturally.
What is that? No! What is it? Dude, no! It looks like a person, man. But no person. It looks like a fucking person. Stop! That ain't a person. That ain't a person. Ah! It just keeps getting up and down, up and down. Stop! Fuck, I can't run. Ah! Somebody drive by. Somebody drive by.
It rises and falls in a strange, fluid motion. Not at all like a human. Panic surges. She whispers in disbelief before doing the only logical thing, running toward the open field and the road beyond. Gasping for breath, she pushes uphill, aware that whatever was back there was still watching, even if it wasn't chasing. Dee never identifies exactly what she encountered. Her camera, however, kept rolling, capturing glimpses of not just one, but possibly multiple figures lurking just beyond the edge of the light. Was Dee's experience a result of the deep woods' eerie atmosphere, an encounter with local wildlife behaving oddly, or something far less explainable? The unsettling sounds, movements, and shadowy figures hint that she may have stumbled upon something hidden in those woods, something that preferred to stay just out of sight. What do you think was really following Dee that night? A natural threat, a legend made real, or something even darker? Share your thoughts in the comments. Just a quick break. If you felt that chill, please hit subscribe. It keeps the horrors coming. Now, let's get back into it. In January 2025, Nikki, the creator of Nikki TV, embarked on her first solo camping trip of the new year. After recovering from a long illness, she packed only the essentials: a tent, tarp, chair, and minimal supplies, aiming for a quiet night under the stars. But instead of the peace she sought, an unsettling encounter forced her to cut the trip short. At first, everything went smoothly. Nikki secured a semi-remote campsite, set up her shelter, and organized her gear while casually chatting to the camera. Though not fully recovered, she was determined to spend the night outdoors. As she finished setting up, a group of men arrived, pulling into the adjacent site with multiple vehicles. At first, it seemed like typical campground activity, until they confronted her, accusing her of occupying their reserved site. Nikki calmly pointed to her reservation slip attached to the post, showing her name and the dates clearly marked. She explained that she had booked the site online and had been there for several hours.
I'll tell you what, people are just rude anymore. I had to take everything out of my tent and put it back into the 4Runner because these men showed up with 4 different vehicles. First, they told me that they had booked this site and the site beside of me, and that there must have been some misunderstanding, but the problem is that the office is now closed. So I looked at him and I was like, well, you know, I've already been here for a couple hours. My name's on the post. Cook, because they put little tags on the post at each campsite, and they put the dates that you're going to be arriving and the date that you're going to be leaving. So my name is on the tag that's on the campsite post, and it says that I'll be coming in today and leaving tomorrow. So, you know, I looked at him and said, well, I booked this site. It was available. The website allowed me to book the site. If the site was taken, it would have shown me that it was unavailable and it wouldn't have allowed me to get the site.
Despite her explanation, the situation escalated. The men began setting up tents around her, gradually boxing her in. Their presence became increasingly intrusive, making her feel cornered and out of place. Realizing the situation was unlikely to improve, Nikki made the decision to pack up her tent and spend the night inside her vehicle. Though visibly frustrated, she kept a positive tone, offering tips on staying warm inside a car with sleeping bags and hand warmers. She documented the rest of the night from inside her 4Runner, listening to the rain against the roof and trying to find some sense of calm. By morning, she packed quietly, made coffee, ate a Danish, and reflected on how far her channel had come. Yet, the underlying discomfort from the night before remained, a reminder that sometimes the real dangers in the wilderness aren't the ones you expect. Although no overt threats were made, the group's behavior created a hostile environment, a subtle form of intimidation that can be just as unsettling as direct confrontation. For solo campers, especially women, these moments leave lasting impacts. Have you ever felt unwelcome or unsafe in a situation that was supposed to be peaceful? Let us know in the comments.
See what I've seen, because I honestly have just seen a woman, like quite obviously a woman.
In March 2025, the Ghost Theory team, a UK-based paranormal investigation group, set out to explore a long-abandoned care home located just 20 minutes from their headquarters. The objective was straightforward: document the site, run a few experiments, and perhaps debunk some local rumors. But the night would quickly take a far darker turn. Upon entering the building, something immediately feels wrong. Despite years of abandonment, the home appears strangely intact. Curtains still hang in the windows. Cleaning supplies remain where they were last used. Furniture looks ready for occupancy. Deeper inside, they find signs that someone may have been living there recently. Binoculars, toothpaste, a mattress, and even a functioning space heater. The realization that someone could still be squatting there shifts the entire mood.
And the windows are open over there. Fuck. I don't know if I did, it was just my reflection thinking about it, but I thought I saw something.
What?
And then I looked back again and I saw it again. The window just to the right of the door. Maybe it was that black thing I can see in there. I swear to fuck I saw someone move past the window.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done, surely. Well, if it is, it's just other explorers, isn't it?
I don't know.
It has to be, surely. Yeah, look at all the different exploring people that have been here.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's someone there. There is someone in there.
Let's just go down there.
They went through the door that way.
The team sets up their usual equipment, baby monitors, cameras, and begins their walkthrough. However, things quickly escalate. They hear doors slamming throughout the building. Initially, they suspect other urban explorers, yet after searching every accessible area, they find no one. Then, through a window in a hallway, one of them spots a figure moving past. At first, they're unsure if it's a trick of reflection, but the figure appears again, solid and unmistakable. They attempt to pursue, but only encounter more strange phenomena, more slamming doors, light footsteps, unexplained creaks. They rationalize the sounds as structural noises or weather, but none of it fully explains what they are experiencing.
There's like an old woman walking around the bottom of the fucking corridor. Did you record? Get this shit.
The turning point comes when one investigator sees a clear figure at the end of a hallway. An elderly woman, hunched and carrying a bag, slowly walking away. The sight is so jarring that their first instinct isn't to follow, but to retreat. They realize they had been standing at the only exit the entire time. No one ever passed them. When reviewing their footage, the figure is captured clearly. A full-body apparition, not transparent, walking at a deliberate, steady pace. Zooming into the clip confirms the detail. An older woman, handbag slung over her shoulder, moving slowly down the abandoned corridor. Everything about her fits the history of the building. It wasn't a fellow explorer. It wasn't security. It was something else entirely.
See what I've seen, because I have honestly have just seen a woman, like quite obviously a woman to me,
Yeah.
like sort of walk like this, But they sort of hunched over me really slowly like that, down the fucking corridor, and then obviously I just walked away from it.
Yeah, because that's what you...
When you think there's people...
Yeah, when you think there's
start...
people. Okay. Oh. Not... Oh,
That's
no.
open as well, obviously.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, fuck knows then. Absolutely no idea. This has to be probably the best capture we've ever had, if it's actually paranormal. Now, it is a big if, obviously, because capturing an actual full-body apparition on camera is incredibly rare, if not never really actually happened before, or at least proven to have happened before. Now, what makes this really strange is when you zoom in, you can actually see that it is what looks like an older woman dawdling down the end of the corridor with a handbag on their left shoulder. So if it is an apparition, then you're talking proper apparition. This isn't just one or two frames of a slightly invisible looking person. This is an actual person walking down the end of the corridor.
Capturing a full-body apparition on video is almost unheard of. The figure's appearance, solid, detailed, and perfectly aligned with the building's history, raises questions. Was this the residual energy of a former resident, still wandering the halls long after the care home closed? Was this an extraordinary paranormal capture? Or is there another explanation no one has uncovered yet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Which story stuck with you? And have you ever experienced something strange while camping? Drop your story in the comments. We'd love to hear it.